Hey there, painters and homeowners. Just a little rule of thumb. You could finish it on the day you thought you wanted to, or you could come back the next day. And I found that you hear the birds in the back, some canaries. Um, oh, that's nice, little heart. I found that by almost finishing, and then maybe I'll take some doors down somewhere else and let everything dry and then come back. Maybe use the final day to put the bumpers on the doors or to put a little more caulk into areas like that. I just find that it makes peace of mind and it doesn't really hurt your bottom line to allocate half a day to come back and make sure everything was just right. So instead of rushing it, you know, cooking spray. Instead of rushing it, why not come back and then do things like put the outlet cover on nice and tight after we're all dry, or come back and make sure the blue tape is off of everything, or come back and tidy up underneath. So definitely want to put bumpers here and here, and yeah, I advocate for coming back. And that way it allows the homeowners to take a look at what you've done overnight and if there's any problems. Like, they don't want to feel rushed. They want to take their time just kind of going through, and you want to make sure they're happy with your job. So ideally you have the next job lined up on the very, very, very final day, so that the next job you're like taking doors down, getting that deposit, and so on. Now, this job, there are I actually did the table and a bunch of stools, and there's 5 chairs not shown. And with this table, this entire job was $4,200. So it was all these cabinets and this hutch here, which I'm still working on. I'll do a little bit of that before I go. And then I wound up doing this table. It was all wood. With it must have had a poly over it. I lightly sanded it by hand using TSP and a little bit of a metal scourer. It's not made of metal, it's made of some synthetic, but it scours metal. And then I primed it with shellac based primer, and then rolled on 2 coats of Aura. And after that, I put on some clear lacquer. So this turned out pretty good, and I'm doing the same thing with a clear lacquer over chairs because I don't trust even the best paint to hold up without a lacquer over the top. And it rolls very nicely. It smells like hell, so you need to like get that out of the house. Do it outside or do it in the garage. I actually brought, when I have a wine rack to do, I bring this guy into the job on the second to last day, so that I can actually put some paper over this and go through a little hole, different angles to make sure that the back. Now I tried to remove these, they were not coming out. I looked in the back, I tried to get the back loosened up, but to no avail. So I bring that thing along and make sure it's well coated. And I do lots of light coats doing that. So, and then walk away for an hour and do it again until it's all very well covered. And you can see there's still more to go, but that's, if I really go underneath, I'm going to need to hit that one more time before I go home. Drawers, $4,200. This took me 2 weeks. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll get the remaining 2/3. I priced it out. I'm still working on a price for how to do tables, but as far as cabinets go, I do $60 a door or drawer face. And I do include non-drawer faces. So this would be in the count. And this guy would count as 2 because it is 2 doors, even though you see it comes apart like that. And I charge for this guy, even though obviously no drawer there. So my current formula, it's early February 2022. So this may change. All of you who are watching this and this video came out much later, you know, the prices may have changed, but right now, February 2022, it's 60 bucks a door or drawer face. And that's how I do my calculations. I do all the calculations based on pictures from texts. And I encourage them to encourage the potential customer to include all the drawer faces and door faces. So I add value to a job by adding, you know, sure, I can do a table. Sure, I can do the chair. Sure, I can do a hutch. Hutch is like basically just glorified cabinets. And yeah, this turned into a much larger job than if I were just doing cabinets. Anyway, any suggestions based on what you see or what you've heard? I'm always wanting to learn and pass it along. Okay, what would you do differently? That's what I want to know. What would you do differently? And if you've liked this video, do me a great service by giving it a thumbs up and leave a comment. So, hey, thanks.